In this tutorial, we are going to cover what all is coming up in the WPLMS 4.0 update. So the 4.0 is the biggest update for WPLMS, and we have completely rebuilt the WPLMS from scratch. We have changed the technology and completely redefined the user experience as well. So the biggest difference is that the WPLMS 4.0 does not rely on the WordPress login system. It has its own login system which works on top of the WordPress login system. What we realized was that WordPress creates an unnecessary overhead as the number of logged in users increase on your site. The biggest challenge is that the pages are rendered by the server and they are dynamic pages. For example, if we have a user image on the page, then that image is different for every user. Hence, the page rendered by the server is different for every user, and it cannot be cached as a static page neither in the browser nor in the server, because this page is different for every user, because all the pages are different for every user. So instead, what we did was that we created a front-end based login system, and you'll notice that this login system works independently of WordPress. When I just show you that you can log in. So right now I'm logged in as John Doe on the demo, and here I can log in as another user. So as you can see, I'm logged in into WordPress as John Doe, but on WPLMS I'm logged in as sample user. And all the BuddyPress components are available. The profiles are now static and they are built using Elementor. And once you are logged in and you are checking your profile, you are not required to load any other page. Everything loads dynamically on this page. So here we are looking at the dashboard, and it works in the same way the 3.0 versions used to work. That is, we have a widgetized area here. So instead, if you have widgets in the student sidebar, then for students those widgets will appear here. If you have widgets in the instructor sidebar, then those widgets will appear here. If there are no widgets in these two sidebars, then you can add the widgets in the YBP member sidebar, which is the default sidebar. And whatever widgets you add here will appear in the dashboard. User can now change the layout of the dashboard themselves. For example, they can unpin the widget and then they can drag and replace the widgets. As soon as they do this, they get a notification also, and they can adjust the size of these widgets. So another important thing is that the user can also remove some of those widgets which they do not want, and at the end of the widget section they'll see a plus icon, and here they can add the widgets that they have removed. So next we have the menus. So there are two menus in the WPLMS 4.0. The first one is the logged in menu, and then there is the profile menu. Now these two menus are totally different from the menus which are currently available in the 3.x versions. You can now control these menus from the appearance menu section. So unlike the BuddyPress profile where the menus were very strict, you can you'll see that we have two new locations, that is the logged in menu and the profile menu. And here you can also add pages which have static content will appear fine, because all these pages will load via API calls. So this is the profile menu. Here what we suggest is that simply open the buddy press, and all the logged in sections can be added to this menu except for the logout, because this is the WordPress logout. The logout you will get by default at the bottom of the screen, and you can arrange these menus, it will appear here. Next we have the logged in menu. So the logged in menu is the one which appears just below the pic, and on the front pages you will see it like this. This supports the HTML labels. So I've added a icon. Then we have the live chat and the notes module. So this is the notes module which is available to the user across the site, and this whole section is actually saving in the Firebase real-time database. So this will be available to you only if you fill out the Firebase credentials in the YBP settings. So if you fill out the Firebase config here, so this is the same Firebase config which you will get in console.firebase. So you just copy that Firebase config and paste it here. Once this you have pasted, you can enable Google login, Facebook login, Twitter login, GitHub login, and Apple login. All the logins which are supported by the Firebase will be working. So when any user logs into your site, he'll actually he'll be authenticated by the Firebase, and the Firebase will generate a unique user ID and a token ID which will store. So this way you can connect all the sign-in methods that are available in the Firebase. Make sure you enable these sign-in methods in your Firebase project. If you are having trouble in opening the Firebase project, we'll definitely help you out. So next is the profile, which we probably have already covered. So here you can see we have the profile photo, and users can new photos and they can resize these photos and upload the images which will appear on their profiles. So again, the size of these images can be set in the YBP settings, body press, and in the body press full avatar, full height, you can set the maximum size of these images which will be generated by the body press. Next is the activity section. So one of the biggest changes in the WPLMS is that the activity is now a private entity instead of being a publicly accessible entity, although administrator can still access the public activity directory. The users on the site will only be able to access their own personal activity, and they can post new updates along with images. So this is how you can post an update, and it will be posted on your activity profile, and the attachments will also appear. And there is a like feature which you have added, which you can enable in the body press followers and likes feature like this. So this is the activity which is the activity component of the body press. for the profile, and you can go ahead and check all the profiles. So here you can see the users who are following you, their activities. The users whom you are following, you can see view their activity. Then we have the liked activities by other users. Then we have the notification. This is the exactly same notification system which the BuddyPress generates. A very high useful notification system. If you are using push notifications, the WPLMS push notifications add-on, then this also acts as a place where you can see what all push notifications has been sent to you. If you are also using the SMS notifications add-on, then also you can check the notifications which have been sent to you via SMS. Then we have the settings. So this is the BuddyPress settings. All the settings are available here. You can change the password and account email, and then we have the export data settings as well. Next is the friends. So this pretty much works like the BuddyPress, except that we have enhanced it, that you have a friendships and a requests tab, and here we have added a add friend. So here you can search a member and you can add that member. Next we have the forms, which we'll come to later on, but you can create a form. It has a pretty good form builder, and you can create a form and embed this form in the editor itself. And you can see the submissions of the form as well, so I'll cover this in another video. Then we have the followers. You can see which all users are following you and who all users you are following. You can also follow more members by searching here. Next is the shop component. So this is the WooCommerce shop. If you have created any orders, they will appear here. If the orders have any downloads, they'll appear here. Then we have the address, the billing and shipping addresses that you have entered in WooCommerce will appear here. Next is the messaging component. Much faster than the existing BuddyPress solution. It almost works like a live chat, although we do have a live chat. So this is actually real time. We have added a labels feature, so you can add labels to the messages. For example, we add a important message and a label of red color. So as soon as we add it here, you'll see a plus icon, and you can assign this. Now we have one assigned to the important. Now of all the messages that come to you, you can click on the important. It will show all the important messages that you have tagged as important. Next we have the courses. This is the WPLMS module. This is the biggest module, and we are going to cover this in a separate video. Then we have the group section. So you can create a group here, and we have added the invite member sections right here itself. So you can create a group as well as invite members into the group, and the invitations will appear in the invitations tab. This section is perfectly extendable. For the batches, you are going to see a batches tab as well. Next is the wiki. So this wiki component is coming from the Vibe KB plugin, and here you can create a new article. a code. Then we also have the media uploader, and you can add any images. Okay, so once you have added the image, you can align the image on the left, on the right. Also you can drag the image and you can create the article. So and all the articles created on the site will be available here with the pagination and live search. Then we have the calendar, and here you can add events. You can create the event. Once the event is created, it will appear in the calendar and users can see what the event is all about. Then we have the forums. So this is the BB Press forums. We have the ticketing solution available for this as well. So you can define agents for your BB Press forum and you can assign tickets to them. You can see that we have the attachment facility as well, which is not available in the default default BB Press. Not only this version of BB Press is fast, but it is also better in the user experience terms. And the whole theme that you see here also comes in the dark mode. So that's it from WPLMS tutorials. Thanks for watching.